Hi, we're in the ancient city of Alon Moreh in the heart of Shomron, Samaria. This was the first town, location I should say, that Avraham Avinu entered when he entered into the land of Israel. He immediately built a Mizbeach altar to God. And we're here today in the house of Tzvia Savir. Tzvia is a representative of the Nashim Lama'an Mikdash, Women's Forum for the sake of the Holy Temple. And Zvia, thank you for welcoming us to your house.
Welcome.
Please explain to us what the Women's Forum for the Holy Temple is all about.
The Forum of Women for the Mikdash is, first of all, to increase the awareness of the importance of Beit HaMikdash in our life today. Mm-hmm. The primary thing we do is we encourage women and children to make aliyah to Har HaBayit. Now, please don't ask me to translate every single word I say, because I made aliyah at the age of 8.
If you stumble on any words, we'll try to help.
I appreciate that. I'm going to need it. Many women from our forum are olot, or daughters of families that made aliyah. Mm-hmm. We teach both the halakha, the Jewish law, right, and the importance of going to Har HaBayit, mm-hmm, to women. Mm-hmm. Because it's ours, because that's where we really have to be. That's the heart of the matter.
Absolutely.
Beyond that, we give lectures, we give sadnaot. Workshops, presentations, like what we're going to do today, all kinds of drama presentations. And we've got Lishkat HaParochet as well, that's part of us, which is making parochot for Beit HaMikdash, learning about the linen, the flax, mm-hmm, and so forth.
The massive curtain that stood before the Holy of Holies in the Holy Temple.
10 on 20 meters. God willing, this year they're going to build a special machine, mm-hmm, in order to make it technically possible.
So as usual, the women are leading the way to the Geula.
We do our best. It's our business, you know.
Just as when we left Egypt, it was the women who thought to bring the drums in order to sing praise of God for bringing us out of Egypt.
Yeah, it was Miriam Hanivia who said to her father, "Daddy dear, we got to get things moving." Exactly. If we return to Israel after so many years, we even have Har HaBayit. I mean, true, we got to kick the Jordanians out and convince the Jews that we want Har HaBayit. But it's a lot easier than kicking out the Sultan, say. So all in all, historically speaking, we're in pretty good shape.
We're doing well.
Yeah, which is why it's time to prepare ourselves so when the great day comes that we'll have a Mizbeach, we'll have an altar, and we'll have a Beis HaMikdash, then we won't start wasting our time on saying, how on earth do you make this dough? Mm-hmm. So we're going to go at it right now.
Let's do it.
Okay, I just want to say that there are many different kinds of grain offerings. We're talking about something that's made out of semolina. What else do we have here? We have olive oil. We will use warm water. And salt is for taste. Later on, the Kohen will have to add salt when he'll go on the ramp to the altar, to the Mizbeach. We haven't done that part yet. But we will, B'ezrat Hashem. It'll come. We'll get there. So this kind of mincha is called minchat machvat. Frankly, I chose showing how to make a minchat machvat because it's the one and only recipe that, after learning the commentaries and researching how to exactly make it, I was completely pleased with the results.
Mm-hmm. Machvat is sort of like a cake.
Machvat is a pan.
That's the pan. Okay,
machvat
so
is a
it'll
pan,
come out like a pancake?
It's without it will come out more like a malawach.
Who's going to understand a malawach?
Like a flat pita. You'll see it.
Okay, we'll see soon. Okay.
This, once upon a time, was a pot, actually. But my husband, who was a welder, took off the sides, and this is actually the side of the pot. So this is the one and only real biblical pan in the world, as far as I know. Maybe somebody beat me to it, I don't know. So that's that. Nomi is my very good helper. And she always does a very good job on helping me make menachot. By the by, I will not make a mincha, because if I make a mincha, it'll be holy and we won't be able to eat it, which is a royal shame. So we'll make a recipe of mincha.
Okay.
So how does it go? This is olive oil, and
It's one lug.
it's one log. Here's the word in Hebrew, log, which is 342 cc, and we're going to divide it into 3. This is stage 1, which is called in the language of the Mishnah, matana rishona. איך נשים את זה שזה לא יתלכלך?
Matana Rishona would be the first
Present?
first gift.
Yeah, I guess. This is the quantity. Now we need a quantity of an isaron, which is what all of us housewives know as the quantity that we need for hafroshat challah.
Taking of the challah.
So now this is supposed to be in metal vessels only, because that's what's allowed in Beis HaMikdash. But I didn't find one, and this is a presentation. So this is 1/2 of an isaron.
And this is, what kind of grain is that you're pouring in?
This is wheat semolina.
Semolina.
And there's a lot to say about that, but first we'll get the dough going because we will need 45 minutes in order to have the dough nice and elastic. Thing is, when we ground wheat into flour, then the starches chemically are broken down, which is why it turns into a nice elastic dough a lot faster. Here, it's not allowed to leaven, and that's good because the starches aren't broken down. It leavens much, much more slowly. However,
there should be no leaven in the Beit HaMikdash, correct?
almost no. Almost no. This is supposed to be kosher Pesach, so to say.
Okay.
But zehu, so that's the good thing about semolina. The other side of the coin, that it takes 45 minutes till it's ready. Now, what Nomi is doing now is called blila. That's again a halachic stage that we have to go through, where we mix the first and second gift of oil with the semolina. Now we'll add the water a little bit slowly.
May I ask a question?
Sure.
In the Beit HaMikdash, who would prepare this? Were there women preparing this in the Beit HaMikdash?
Rav Azaria Ariel looked into that matter, and Rav Itai Lisur did too. And apparently women are allowed to make menachot, and if I'll be really lucky, then I'll even work Be'ezrat Hashem in the Azara, with Nomi, of course, making these menachot for people who don't feel like needing 45 minutes or don't really know how to do it. All right. Now, the amount of oil is exact according to the Mishnah. The amount of semolina is exact according to the Mishnah, according to the Torah. The word isaron is mentioned in Sefer Vayikra. The amount of water that has to be added is a result of lots of trial and error of me and my friend on kitchen knowledge. Okay, 45 minutes have gone by. Nomi finished kneading the dough, and now the next stage that we have to do, according to the halacha, is to cut it into 10 pieces. So, practically speaking, I would cut it into half. Here, Nomi, take half. We'll get it done. My goodness, it is quite elastic, which, if you may remember, was not at all before. So we'll have to turn this into 10 pieces pretty much the same size. We call each piece a challah. You can help out on this too, you know.
Okay.
This has to turn into 3 more pieces. Now Nomi is going to flatten out one of them. And of course, for the real thing, we're going to keep on kneading or flattening them out, rolling them out extremely quickly. And in the meantime, we can turn this on, turn on the fire. All right, while Nomi is straightening out the dough when we're waiting for the pan to heat, I just wanted to tell you the general reason, what my goal is. My goal is that the day we will have a mizbeach, an altar, we will already have all the recipes for all of the menachot, which are quite a number, all lined up. We will have all the raw materials, the semolina, the olive oil, the wine, the frankincense, where is it? Over here. All mehudar, according to the halacha, exactly what we need. We've already that we will have already figured out in the kitchen exactly what we want and what we need. It's a lot of going back and forth between mumchim.
Experts,
professors from Machon Volcani in Rehovot, a head food nutrition technologist of one of the leading mills in Israel really helped me out. I mean, okay, what is semolina? The grain has 7 layers. We need the middle of it. Now we need that it won't become chametz. Nowadays, they dampen the grain before they grind it, we can't do that. Yeah. So how do we do that?
It's much more than a recipe. It's a science that you're rediscovering, reclaiming from our historic past.
B'ezrat Hashem. So wait a sec. So now we burned a lot of pans and a lot of oil. See that it's okay. Nomi tavoi matzad hasheni. Something like 1 or 2 centimeters of oil. She's wetting the challah, so to say, because that is what the halacha requires. She's dampening it with water from both sides. And quick like a bunny, she's spreading the oil with the dough because we can't add any more oil. The amount of oil is very exact, and here we go. So here, take this. Now we're going to do ptita. You cut it in half, and then again in half. Now do a nice job, please, because this has to be both tasty and aesthetic in honor of Hashem and in honor of the Kohanim. So this is the ptita.
That looks pretty good to me.
All right, now we go on to the matana shlishit, the 3rd gift of oil.
Okay.
This is kasher bezar. Yisrael is allowed to do it, so please spill all the oil on. Wow. Make one place that has more, though, and you're going to find out why.
Is that good?
All right, fine. This is great. Now, this is frankincense. This is levona. This we don't eat. This is sap of a tree called levona or baswila, I think. Rather expensive stuff, only $400 per kilo.
Where does that come from?
This comes from Saudi Arabia, Yemen. The finer stuff is this. This is the purified stuff that Rav Menachem Borstein gave me, right? And this is the kind of stuff we're going to use in Beis HaMikdash, the B'ezrat Hashem. In the meantime, this, by the by, is sold in a small gold container because this stuff is so expensive that the price of the gold makes absolutely no difference. Sorry, I have it in plastic, but
this is sold not here. You're saying this is sold.
This was bought in Yemen, in Aden, in Yemen.
Wow.
Now we need a kometz. A kometz is filling our fingers with this stuff, like this, only this away.
Yeah.
And it's not supposed to stick out neither for here nor from there. And a zal, in other words, a non-kohen is to do this. So good luck.
With my pinky,
3
I need
fingers.
With
your pinky and your thumb, you clean it off.
Wait, I take like this?
Yeah, give it a try. You know, that's $400 that you're spilling on the floor there.
And what do I do now?
Come on, you have to clear it off. You need a kometz, exactly what fits in those 3 fingers.
So I need my pinky and my thumb
I suggest you put the plate down on the table.
Okay, now I understand why you're warning me about this.
Yeah, this is the easy part, so you can prepare yourself. Soon you're going to behave as if you're a Kohen, and then you're going to have fun.
Am I good yet?
First of all, open up, let's see. Open up your thumb.
Yeah.
And do you see something sticking out there? Well, it shouldn't be. Close that finger. Show everybody.
Not bad, no.
Very nice. Now pour it in a pile here on top of this.
Spread it around, or?
No.
Right in the middle there?
Spread wherever you please.
Okay. Here we go.
Very pretty.
My wife's going to be very proud of me.
Absolutely. She's absolutely right. Now, I suggest you behave like a Kohen. Yeah. I have a mock beged kehuna over there.
Okay, here I go.
With a meager
dream come true.
Avnet, a belt. The real thing is lev amot, 32 amot long, 16 meters.
Yeah.
But this is only about 13 and a half.
And I'm not really a Kohen.
And you're not really a Kohen, so you can have lots of luck.
Okay,
and you can come back in a moment, and then you're going to have fun. Okay, now the mincha is nice and ready to hand over to the Kohen. I would want to suggest why I would like to give a mincha. Bezrat Hashem, may I be zoche bekarov. First of all, there's something called minchat nedava. In other words, minchat nedava, an offering of grain, which is voluntary. I don't have to bring it. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm a very nice person, but I really want to bring some kind of sacrifice to the Kadosh Baruch Hu. So mincha actually includes wheat and oil and frankincense. The wheat reminding Shulchan Lechem Apanim, the oil,
the showbread, okay.
Reminding the menorah.
The menorah.
And the frankincense reminding Mizbach HaZahav.
The incense.
So this is something that includes, in a way, whatever all is going on in Beis HaMikdash, and a small part of it is to be put on the outer Mizbeach.
The outer altar.
By the Kohen. There are also minchot chova. In other words, there are different kinds of menachot. Some of them, we have to do, like say shtei halechem on Shavuot.
The two breads on Shavuot.
Like chavitin, which the Kohen Gadol gives to the Tamid every single morning and afternoon, and nesachim, which goes together with any olai and shlamim that we bring into the Beit HaMikdash.
Okay.
But this is voluntary. Okay, there are five different kinds of voluntary menachot, and I want to letaken et hamidot. How do you say it?
To improve my characteristics, my
improve
qualities.
My characteristics, and this is a very good way to go about it. So at this stage, I give it to the Kohen. You are welcome, Mr. Kohen.
Okay.
And you will put it on the floor of the next to the Keren Dromit Ma'aravit.
Next to the southwestern corner
of the
altar.
Mizbeach. Now, I won't be able to use this bowl because this bowl is made out of stainless steel, which has iron in it, and iron is not to touch the Mizbeach. So when the time will come, Bezrat Hashem, Chon HaMikdash will come up with silver bowls, which is much nicer. All right, so go kilu, as if to put it on the ground, because it's kind of hard for the camera. I think you'll put it on the ground. Maybe you want to put it back on the table, also for your knees. But the Kohens will have to work harder than that. Now, I'm going to give you one of the hardest jobs in Beis HaMikdash. So take a deep breath, please. All right.
With this belt,
do you remember? Give it a try. You remember the kmitza?
Yes.
You did before with the frankincense?
Yes.
Yeah, it's real unforgettable. Now, move the frankincense aside, please.
Off.
We don't eat that. That goes on the outer altar. Try not to dip your sleeve in the olive oil.
It's tough being a Kohen. Do I have to dig in here and get all of it, or just off the surface?
Just move it aside. Now, in the kmitza that you're supposed to take now from the chalot, these are chalot, you're not supposed to have any levona, any frankincense sneak in, and you're supposed to do it with one hand. I haven't succeeded, but you're certainly welcome to try.
I don't take up a whole piece. I just have to take a bit of it.
You have to take a bit, which is exactly a kmitza. Good luck.
Something like this.
Not at all.
I have to break it off.
Absolutely.
I can do it this way?
I suggest you fold your sleeve.
Excuse me. Okay.
Let me know when you give up.
How's that?
Very nice. Wait a sec. Show everybody. But it's sticking out.
Sticking out.
Can't stick out.
I see. I have fingernails, so
well, good luck. You have a thumb. You have a little finger. Yeah, give it a try.
Glad I cleaned them.
How's it going? How's it going?
Oh, it's going great. A little bit broke off.
Yeah, I don't know who's going to want to eat that. Good, it goes onto the altar.
Open
your pinky. Let's see.
Close enough?
I think that's good enough. I think that's good. All right, put it on the pretty plate. That's theoretically to go on the mizbeach with the Kohen. Now you got to start hunting for the frankincense, because all of the frankincense in here has to go on the mizbeach.
So I have to take from here now.
How did you get away with such a small piece? Well, all right, okay, that's what came out.
I put the frankincense back on top?
All of it, yeah. Start digging, because it kind of plays hide and seek. Got one more there.
Yeah. How we doing?
Pretty good, but I suggest you use both hands because it's pretty sneaky stuff.
Oh, you're right.
If Rav Menachem Borstein went all the way or had somebody go all the way to Yemen to bring it, you'd better get it all on the altar there, you know.
All
right.
We're good.
We're good. No, the only thing that we're missing now is salt. So you can, so to say, take this up the ramp
Yeah,
of the altar, needless to say. And
Okay.
in the middle of the ramp, you're going to find a sack of salt.
Uh-huh.
I think it'll be in a sack. I didn't really look into that. And you're going to take some and spread it on and throw it on the fire. Good luck.
Okay, I can take it any old way. I don't have to do it with the kmitza.
No, this
Okay.
time you don't have
So
to.
I walk up the ramp
You walk up the ramp.
of the altar. At a certain point, I come to the salt, which is waiting for me. And I
Yeah.
take some salt.
Spread
and
it
I
on
spread this beautiful salt on.
and throw it in the fire. L'chvod Hashem. Yeah, very nice. And bon appetit. And Bezrat Hashem, my midot will be doing a lot better now.
As far as I'm concerned, you're doing great.
Well, I'm certainly
It's
giving
fun
it
being
a
a
try.
Kohen. It's fun being a Kohen.
Yeah, I think so too, but I have absolutely no experience.
Okay, so we have just prepared a mincha offering, what soon we'll be doing in the Holy Temple, God willing, very, very soon. And I can tell you, as a Kohen, as a fresh Kohen, it was a tremendous experience. And for you, it was a tremendous elevation of your soul by bringing this to the Holy Temple. On behalf of the Temple Institute, on behalf of the 5th Annual International Temple Mount Awareness Day presentation, I'd like to thank you, Tzvia, and your organization for this presentation of the Mincha offering and for all the very, very good work that you do for the sake of bringing the Geula, the redemption, and the building of the Holy Temple soon in our day.
Thank you very much.
Are we there yet, Rabbi? I'm getting tired.
Yitzchak, that was amazing.
Sure was a pleasure to be a Kohen. for
I was
a
going to
moment.
ask you, how did it feel to have that belt on?
I love the belt, and I especially loved it when you took it off and I got to spin around, get all dizzy.
You know, there are a number of different types of a meal offering. Some of them are brought as free will offerings, some of them accompany other korbanot, other offerings, and as with other details of temple studies, there are so many levels of meaning and there's so much detail that goes into the preparation of this offering, how it's done, in what sort of vessel, who brings it, who eats it, its level of sanctity. But as a general introduction to the concept of the korban mincha, the meal offering, of course we turn to Vayikra, to the book of Leviticus, chapter 2 and verse 1 begins, when a person offers a meal offering to Hashem, his offering shall be of fine flour. He shall pour oil upon it and place frankincense upon it. You certainly did that. He shall bring it to the sons of Aaron, the Kohanim, one of whom shall scoop his 3 fingers full from it, from its fine flour and from its oil, as well as all its frankincense, and the Kohen shall cause its memorial portion to go up in smoke upon the altar, a fire offering, a satisfying aroma to Hashem. And again, as with every aspect of the service of the Holy Temple, there's so much to learn and so much to understand, but it's quite encouraging and amazing to see that people in our generation are beginning to study and prepare for the resumption of the service of the Holy Temple.
Very exciting.
And this is nothing new because the Jewish people have always been connected to the Holy Temple. Even throughout the wanderings of the exile, we've never lost that sight. And our next guest, actually, with Yitzchak, you had the privilege of interviewing Professor Jeffrey Wolf, who is also an associate professor in Bar Ilan University, but he is Harvard and Yale trained, and he is an expert. His field of expertise is medieval Jewish history, and I think that he's going to share some amazing insights into the continuity of Jewish presence and prayer on the Temple Mount throughout the ages. And stay with us, because very soon we're going to be visiting in the office, in the Knesset, Israel's parliament, with member of Knesset Moshe Feiglin. And don't forget, please, that you can call us and support the work of the Temple Institute and sponsor the 5th Annual International Temple Mount Awareness Day. Response so far has been very encouraging. Please keep it up. Stay with us now.